Hello everyone, it is Ed and welcome to episode 11 of the solo traveler adventures of Anselm the Scout. Last time, as you recall, Anselm had had a rather uneventful trip to the Al-Hol system. Now, he had gone there because he was forcibly ejected from the Zerazian system, so he was going to Al-Hol just to make a little cash. And he was able to do that. He did have some passengers he took, and while he was in the system, didn't really find out any information about where his dad might be, didn't find a patron, no rumors, so he decided maybe he should find another place to find out more information about where his father Godfrey may be headed, what part of the subsector he may be located in. Anselm decided that he had tried the governmental direction, trying to find out more information about where his dad is located. That's why he went to Zerazia, the subsector capital. Didn't work out, so he decided to go a different route and go to Pirath, which is a pirate sector. There is a known pirate base in the Pirath sector, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Pirath, some of the stuff I rolled up, which got my imagination going. Anyway, so he's going to head to Pirath, seeing if he can find an underworld contact or a pirate group, somebody that might know more information about his dad, Godfrey. What Anselm does not know is that his father, Godfrey, is even now boarding a ship and heading to the Endorian area of space. Endoria, which is a religious dictatorship which controls part of the space in this subsector. His father, who has become a true convert and ardent believer of the Endorian religion and way of life. Will Anselm find out exactly where Godfrey is heading? And where is Godfrey from? I think we'll determine that as well. We shall find out as we rejoin Anselm. So, a couple of things about some of the names that have popped up. I mentioned last time that Endoria is a religious dictatorship and they own an area of space. I think I showed the map last time. And I've never really fleshed out the Endorian religion. And I had a couple of ways to go. I had some ideas, and then I could always roll randomly using Mythic, which is what I've done for most all of the adventure so far. I decided to go ahead and purpose build this one because I had some ideas that I really liked, and I think it will help maybe some story ideas later on. So, that is what I'm going to do. Briefly let you know, the Endorian religion is kind of a transhuman religion. Those of you who know more about transhumanism, I'm definitely going for a science fiction version. But this is a place, the Endorian religion is very much into psionics, which automatically puts them in conflict with the Imperial space. But they are also into cyberware, and they are also into, putting your consciousness into machinery. As a matter of fact, I kind of feel like that is the ultimate goal. That is the way you transcend your physical body, is that when you die, they actually put your brain waves, your thoughts, your experiences into a giant central computer, almost like the Supreme Intelligence from the Marvel Comics Kree Empire, if you know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, if not, look that up. Anyway, so yeah, that is kind of like the goal of the Endorian religion. The ultimate is you will eventually become one with this massive organic computer sentient consciousness thing. That is the goal. Not everybody likes that, as you might imagine, so that is why they are slowly expanding their influence, but it is a religious fervor, so they are expansionist. So that's kind of what Endorian is doing. And again, Godfrey has become a ardent believer, a very strong believer of this religion. So that is why he is heading to Endoria right now. And I mentioned talking about Pirath. Now, when I rolled up Pirath, let me find my notes about the Pirath system. Yeah, Pirath has C starport, so not real big. It's A size, so pretty good size. 50% water. I rolled up randomly to see where the pirate bases might be in the subsector, came in Pirath, and interestingly, the government in Pirath is 6, which is balkanization, if you're using the old Traveler book and the old classic Traveler rules. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, that's what it is. This isn't just a place where there is a pirate base. This is a pirate planet. Like the whole Tortuga thing in pirate history. I use that with air quotes. Anyway, this is a pirate planet, and everybody knows it, and because, the planet is balkanized, each different area is ruled by a pirate lord. This is the pirate of the planet, the planet of the pirate lords, just because I think it's kind of cool. So each different main pirate lord has their own little section of this world that they control, which is also why it's an amber zone. But it's also why Anselm is going there thinking that he may be able to find some information about his dad. Anyway, just wanted to throw it out there to give you a little more context of the subsector that Anselm is adventuring in. that being said, the next thing I should do is update my lists. And I had an idea. I've got my lists of characters like Mythic wants you to make, and I have the ones I've mentioned before, but I was going to add one. I'm going to add the Scout Service, because Anselm has the ISS Raven, but that is a loaner, a surplus ship that the Scout Service has loaned him, and it does say in the book that they could recall it, or at least press the Scout and the ship back into temporary service. And I think I like that idea. So I'm going to put the Scout Service as a character, so when I roll a random event, that might pop up. That might say, hello, got a little job for you, Anselm. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm adding the Scout Service to our character list. So Scout Service is now on the list of characters. I don't think we have any new threads. Nothing popped up. I am going to change the chaos factor. It was down to 4. I don't feel like anything chaotic happened to Anselm, but I kind of feel like this is something I'm going to experiment with. I may not drop the chaos factor below 5. I don't know how that will change things, or if it will change things, or will turn out to be a bad idea. But for now, I am just going to put it to 5, simply because I want there to be a certain amount of randomness, a certain amount of chaos, when I'm telling the story. I think when the chaos factor gets low, you decrease your chance of yes answers. And I don't think I want to do, I don't think I want those chances to get too low. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to change it back to 5. All right. So Anselm is on the ISS Raven. He is heading towards Pirath. So he has made the jump. He has arrived at Pirath. First thing we need to do is to see, does our scene change using the Mythic? The Mythic? Using the Mythic rules. Let me say that. All right, so we do need to roll a d10 and see, do we have an altered or an interrupted scene as he arrives into the system of Pirath? So do we have a changed scene? 6. No, we do not. That's above our chaos factor. So he arrives in the Pirath system exactly like we had assumed he would. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a detour here, because somebody in the last video made a great, actually maybe 2 videos ago, made a great comment or a suggestion. They said, are you going to use the UNE Universal NPC emulator to flesh out the personalities of the people that he's transporting in the Raven? And I did in the last episode, but I think that's an excellent idea, so I'm definitely going to do it in this episode, because again, that's another opportunity for story ideas, and I'm all about the story ideas. So let's go ahead and try that. We are going to use UNE, the Universal NPC emulator from Conjecture Games. If you haven't found this, it is on DriveThruRPG. Check it out. Really handy thing to have. Sometimes your NPCs don't need this level of detail, but when they do, highly recommend this one. So let's go ahead. Let's see what we can find out about these people. He has three passengers. Anyway, so let me make some notes here. Passenger 1, 2, and 3. And who do we have? So we're going to do the modifier, the noun, and then their attitude. So passenger number 1 is 63. They are a obnoxious. Oh, this is going to be dandy. An obnoxious and 17. An obnoxious aristocrat. Oh, yes. An obnoxious aristocrat. Which is potentially a bit redundant. Anyway, what is their motivation? So first we roll their motivation verb. It is 59. It is to institute. And their motivation noun, 12. Institute music. Music. Interesting. All right, so an obnoxious aristocrat that's heading to a pirate planet to institute music. Okay. This individual is being brought in by one of the pirate lords to give music lessons to their children. Or people that, like kids who are underneath their protection. They've brought them in. This pirate lord is doing very well, so they are bringing in this person to teach some of the kids music. Let's find out, is this a male or a female? I'm going to roll 1 to 3 is female. And yes, it is a female. So a obnoxious aristocrat. Let's see, what do we have for passenger number 2? Again, this is going to be 66, which is doubles. But we're not rolling on Mythic, so I don't think it counts. Plus, it is above our Chaos factor. So, let's come back. 66, 66. A Fanatic. All right. A Fanatic. Ooh, could this be someone who is also a follower of the Endorian religion? Maybe. Let's find out. 99. More doubles. Again, beyond our Chaos factor. 99. A Fanatic Tradesman. Fanatic Tradesman. What is their motivation? All right. Their motivation verb. 60 is to account. And 26, account the poor. Account the poor. All right. And again, is this male or female? Is this individual male or female? 1 to 3, again, female. It is a male. It is a male. I am going to say a Fanatic Tradesman. I sort of feel like tradesman is somebody who has some sort of skill like electronics or, masonry or something like that. Account the poor. Fanatic Tradesman who's there to account the poor. So, maybe they're being brought in to take a census. Doesn't necessarily work with tradesmen, but that's what I think. They're brought in because this particular, whoever they're working for, whoever's bringing them in, they are going to try to figure out how many people are actually living in my realm. I can see the pirate lords wanting to maybe tax the people that are underneath their protection. Maybe that's what they're doing. So they're going to show up to find out exactly how many people are living in this particular pirate lord's domain. Maybe. Now here's the thing. The pirate lords probably have some sort of agreement between themselves. And there's probably not open warfare, because if there were, that would ruin the safe port for all the pirates, and that would just mess it up for everybody. But maybe if you have a larger area, it gives you more votes on this piratey Lord Council that they're part of. I kind of feel like there is some time when they all get together and there's alliances and rivalries and factions between that and that specific group. So maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that could be what it is. So they're trying to find out, do they have the largest group, because then that gives them more votes. Maybe. Just a general idea. And finally, who is the last person? 87. That is a careful. Ooh, careful. A careful. 63. A lot of 60s. 63. A careful civilian. Careful civilian, and their motivation is to 72. Suggest what? 45. Suggest pain. Oh dear. All right, suggest pain. And is this male or female? This is a female. Female person. Suggest pain. Oh my goodness. A careful civilian who's here to suggest pain. The first thing I thought of was this is somebody who has been wronged. This is someone who has suffered some sort of harm by a pirate, another pirate, and they are going to get justice from the pirate lords. So they are going to try to get the pirate lords to mete out their own justice for whatever wrong this person has suffered. Okay, so that is who's going to Pirath with Anselm right at the moment. Will that matter later? Maybe. We'll find out. All right, so let's go ahead now that we've done that. And thank you. I don't remember who gave me that suggestion, but thank you for that. I probably will be doing that. Maybe not always using Une, maybe using something else, but I think I will roll up information about who is traveling with Anselm, because, again, could be another thread for some adventure. So that's awesome. All right, let's go to our usual setup. When he goes into a system, which is on... You would think by now I'd be able to turn right to the page, but I can't. I can some of the ones, but not this one. All right, there we go. Oh, got there quicker than I thought. Page 75, the Starship encounters as he comes into the system. There is a sea starport in this system, and there are no naval bases, nor are there any scout bases. So we're going to see, does he encounter any ship as he comes in. So rolling the 2 6-sided dice. That is going to be a 2, which means no, there are no ships encountered as he comes in. Now, that's actually kind of odd knowing that this is a pirate system. This whole system is controlled by the pirates. So maybe there is a rule that you don't conduct piracy within the system. Maybe you have to go somewhere else to do it? Maybe. One of the interesting things about the system, or this area of the subsector, when I rolled it up, we have Pirath, and again, I rolled it randomly where the pirate bases would show up. But next to Pirath, we have 3 Navy bases, like boom, boom, boom. Zorasia, Owlhole, and the system of Trillery. They all have naval bases in them. It's almost like the Navy has built a wall between Pirath and going trailing. Spinward? I think that may be Spinward. Anyway, heading that way. So, yeah, they are definitely putting a line. And I should mention, there is a research station in Trillery, which is in that sort of area. Maybe you'll see that, be able to pop that up. Anyway, just thought I would point that out. So, it's like they're trying to contain, not stop the pirates, but trying to contain the pirates. And if the pirates cannot engage in piracy in the system of Pirath, it makes sense that there would be a heavy naval presence around that. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, so they don't count on anything. They do go into the Pirath system. Little different, what am I trying to say? A little different procedure than it is to get into Zorasia or other places, because this is a pirate port, a pirate starport, and a lot less loose, a lot more loose, I should say, a lot less regulation. He does get clearance, he lands, and he disembarks with his folks. Let's see, so let's go to our usual stuff to see what happens here. Our activities when we arrive, which is on page 101. So first of all, our encounter checklist, routine, nothing as adventure. Now we're going to see if there is any kind of adventure encounter. And since he is here trying to find an underworld contact, that is what he's going to try to do. So Anselm does disembark. He quickly goes to a local watering hole, a cantina, a little bar, and it is very stereotypical dingy dive bar. It is smoky. It is dark. Everything, all the surfaces are sticky. With like, I don't want to know what that is that's making that sticky. But yeah, there are some very rough-looking customers all around the area. It is later in the afternoon, and there is a decent number of clientele here, but all of them look very stereotypical space piratey. I also feel like when Anselm walks in, it's one of those where everything stops and every head turns towards him and realizes that he's not from around here. There is a little bit of quiet as he walks to the bar, sits down, and orders himself a space ale. Yes, I came up with the name Space Ale. Anselm does enter, and he sits down and starts conversing with the person behind the bar. Orders a space ale, and has a few sips, and he says, I'm wondering if you could provide me with perhaps a little bit of information. And the person behind the bar gives him a little bit of a side eye, says, yeah? Kind of information you need? Well, I'm looking for somebody, and I'm afraid this person maybe doesn't want to be found. Do you know anybody who's up on how to find folks? Folks, like I say, who may not be readily easily found. The bartender says, I might. How much you got? How much is he going to give him? I'm going to roll... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll streetwise. No. This actually should probably be some sort of persuasion roll, maybe? Maybe. He does have Jack of all trades. Anselm has no skill, no streetwise, nothing that would help him. I'm going to say he's using Jack of all trades, and I'm going to say, oh, you know what? I have totally messed this up. I need to take a step back, because when he arrived at Pirath, he should have gotten paid for those high passengers that he brought in here. I just rolled up their personalities. Totally forgot for him to get paid. So yeah, he does land. He disembarks, let the people out. He's been able to talk to them a little bit. He knows who they are and what they're here for. He says, thank you very much. May I have my credits, please? They pay him, and before he goes to the bar, he does get paid. So let's let's take a step back here. Go back to that part of the book. Here we go. So, ship revenue per high passage. So, 10 grand per high passenger, which he happily takes. So, that is going to be another 30,000 for Anselm. Where have I written his cash? There we go. So I think he had 12,000 with another 30,000. He is now up to 42,000 credits. Anselm is like Scrooge McDuck swimming in his credits. Not exactly. Let me make a note here. So yeah, 42,000. 42,000. Now he does have to pay for berthing. So that is going to be 100. So he is down to 41,900. Make a note of that. So 41,900. And he will have to get some fuel unless there is a gas giant. Let me double check and see if there's a gas giant in Pirath. There is not a gas giant, so we'll have to buy it. And Starport C, let me double check. Do they have refined or unrefined? Doesn't really matter, except that it'll be a different... he's just going to use unrefined. C may only have unrefined. So he has 100 credits per ton for unrefined fuel. That is going to be... He has a 40-ton tank, 40-ton hold for fuel. Let me double check and make sure I'm right about that. Yeah, that is going to be... Yep. Looking at the Scout Courier, page 64... 40 tons, fuel tankage, 40 tons, yeah. So 40 times 100, that's 4,000 credits, I believe. Right? Add 2 zeros. 4,000? 40,000, not 40,000. 4,000, all right. So he is down to 41 minus 4, which I think would be 37. So he is at 37,900. 37,900. All right, so after that has happened, then he goes to the bar, the people, the rough, they look, the stop, the stars, he walks in, talks. Okay, now we're back to where I was before. Now, let's continue on. So he is saying, just wondering if you might know where I can find someone who knows how to find people that don't necessarily want to be found. Does this guy know anything? That's going to be a mythic question. I kind of feel like it's likely he's going to. But we're going to see, does this bartender know, does he know a guy? Let's find out. I'm going to say he is on a pirate planet. I'm going to say the cast factor is 5. I'm going to say it is very likely he does, which means an 85% chance or less that, yes, he knows how to get a hold of somebody that might be able to help Anselm. Let's see what we get. 23, that is not an exceptional yes, but it is a yes. The bartender sort of scratches his chin a little bit. He says, yeah, I might know a guy. Of course, there's a finder's fee for him, you know. Anselm sort of nods. He pitches, I'm going to say he's going to give the guy like 300 credits. Yeah, so he pitches 300 credits across the table, across the bar. The bartender quickly scoops them up, and he does, he goes, give me a couple of minutes. And he goes off in the back for a while. He is gone for maybe 10 minutes, and Anselm is enjoying what's going on. He's enjoying his drink, and I was making sure that wasn't doubles. Because like 23. We're good. So Anselm is enjoying the drink, sort of looking at the clientele that's in here, and after a while the guy comes back and he says, yeah, all right, I know somebody that can help you. Yeah, you're gonna meet him at a place called, what is this place called? Let's find a dive bar name. Let's look up, oh, you know what? Oh, this is a perfect chance to use the D66 compendium that I just bought. Recently, when DriveThruRPG had their Christmas in July sale, I bought the PDF of the D66 compendium. And it just so happens that there is a table for spaceport bar names and alcoholic drink names. So maybe he didn't have space ale. Let's find out. Let's roll 2d6 and find out. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered that I had this. All right, so where does he need to go? Asking where is there a place, where do I meet this guy? And the bartender says, meet them at, that is going to be a 4-4. The bartender says, all right, you're going to meet him at a place called Maison Drinks. You're going to see them, they'll be wearing a hat. very elaborate hat. You'll know it. You know him and see him. Got a very elaborate hat. You won't be able to miss him. Go to Maison Drinks. When you get there, order because this is the clue that he's actually looking for this person. That's going to be a 45. Green's going to be high, so 45 is Radiant Energy Ale. Right, yeah, so he is. All right, so when you get to Maison Drinks, go to the bar, order Radiant Energy Ale. That'll be the clue. That'll be the sign that you're looking for somebody, all right? And Anselm says, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, don't mention it. And Anselm does quickly leave, heading to the Maison Bar. The place called Maison Drinks, I should say. All right, so heading to Maison Drinks. I'm going to make a note of that. Since this is a pirate planet, and since I feel like it's pretty lawless, and I feel like even though there is a law level of 6, which basically means that it is frowned upon to carry guns on you. If you have a blade, that's fine. The occasional knifing or dueling, they're totally fine with that. They just don't want like a lot of gunplay, which makes sense. So Anselm is carrying his foil, but not his shotgun, so he does have his foil. As he's going along, does he have any sort of encounter? Now, normally that would be a random roll on Mythic or a random event if we roll doubles, but I'm just going to see. I feel like this is the kind of place where something might happen while he's making his way to this Maison Drinks bar. So, that is going to be, I don't know, that's going to be a 50-50 chance, again with the chaos factor of 5. That is 50% chance or less that, yes, something happens on the way. And a 0-2 is exceptional yes. An exceptional yes. What is this? I'm going to roll like it's a random event. And we're going to roll on the event focus table, then the action and subject for the meaning. So let's see, what do we get first? That is going to be 57. That is PC negative. Okay, what form does this PC negative take? The action is going to be 11. Persecute. Okay. And subject is 87. Persecute magic. Persecute magic. All right. Persecute magic. Now, this is science fiction. There is no magic. Oh. But it might be easy to substitute magic for psionics. And since we're in the Imperial space, and Imperial space does not like psionics, is there a psionic person who is unfortunately manifested a psionic power in front of people, and now there are people who are upset, and it's a PC negative? Okay. I think I know what's happened here. So Anselm is heading from the place where he was in the spaceport to the place called Maison Drinks to meet the contact who may be able to tell him information about his dad. While he's traveling, and he is on foot, he does hear loud voices. He does hear shouting. He does hear a lot of people, get him, stop him, and as Anselm is walking along this dirty, grimy, dingy, trash, garbage studded street with, smoke and dirty buildings on either side of him, smoke filling the air, he does see someone running towards him with a group of about, let's roll a d6. How many? With a group of about six people pursuing them. They are running as fast as they can, and it's a PC negative, so I'm going to say, and it was an exceptional. Yeah, exceptional. So this person is looking over their shoulder, running away from these 6 people who are yelling, get him, stop him, hey, you stop there, come back here, you freak, you mute now, we'll, teach you a lesson. And they run smack into Anselm. Boom! They both go falling, sprawling all across the dingy, dirty, filthy street. And that is enough time for these people to get to them and yeah, they're on them right now. Anselm pops up, the person pops up, they step back, and they're looking around, and these 6 they have, again, not guns, because that's outlawed here, but they have clubs, and they have swords, and they have knives, and broken bottles, things like that. And the one who seems to be the leader of this group is like, we don't like your kind around here. Yeah, we'll teach you a lesson. Come down here and sully us with your disgusting ways. The person who he's talking to, and let's see, is that person male or female? Let me just roll. Let's see, 1 to 3 is going to be female. It is a male. And that person is saying, look, I don't want any trouble. Look, I just was trying to, we don't want to hear any of your lies, all right? We're going to teach you a lesson. We don't like your kind around here. And Anselm is standing there. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody needs to just calm down. Everybody just calm down. Let's just take a breath. You know what? This would be a great time for me to set up some miniatures. I just remembered I have some miniatures, and I have the tiles, and I made some paper props, so might as well use them, right? This sounds like a great time. Anyway, here's what we see. So here's the scene as we have it. Here's Anselm and this individual here that is being pursued by the mob. Here's the mob. Yeah, a bunch of thugs. Had a lot of the same ones, so let's just go with it right now. Anyway, so they are definitely threatening this individual, saying, look, we don't want your kind around here. We'll teach you a lesson to bring your filth down here in this nice, respectable pirate planet. Anyway, Anselm's trying to just calm everybody down and say, look, let's take a step back. I think we can resolve this without violence. These guys aren't having anything. Let's see, let me roll for reaction first of all. What is their reaction to Anselm? He is saying, look, everybody, let's just calm down. We can take care of this. Look, let's just go your own way. We'll go this way. Everything will be fine. Let's see. First of all, let's see if he can make a roll. He doesn't have any kind of persuasion type skill. Electronics, gun combat, jack of all trades. He does have a social of 6, but I don't think that's good enough to really mean anything. And in this situation, it might not be great for him. So he's going to use jack of all trades as hopefully like a persuasion type skill. So that's going to give him a +0. And I'm going to say this is going to be pretty difficult because they're pretty angry. I'm going to say this is going to be a 10 or better to try to get these people to calm down. Right now, I'm going to say that they are hostile may attack, which is a die roll of 5 on the reactions table. But can he change that? So Anselm is trying to calm them down. What happens? With a 6, not good enough. No, they're like, look, if you're going to stand with them, you can get some of what they're going to get. And let's see, I kind of feel like they will now attack. We may have some hand-to-hand combat with Anselm. Didn't go too well the last time Anselm was in combat, but we'll see what happens this time. So then we're going to see using Mythic. Do they attack? I'm going to say, may attack. I'm going to say it's very likely they are going to attack, which is an 85% chance or less that, yes, they are going to attack Anselm with this individual. 40, yeah, they're going to attack. And we are now into combat! Ooh, yay? We'll see if that's a yay. All right. So it'll take me a moment or two to get my brain back around combat. Again, these guys I'm going to say they all have like clubs or daggers. None of them have anything terribly large. Anselm has a foil, and this individual, we know this person has psionics. Let's roll real quick just to see what kind of psionics they have. I'm not going to go through the whole procedure to determine psionics. There is a way to determine what kind of psionics somebody has, and also how strong it is. But since this is an NPC, and since this is somebody who has just shown up, I'm going to do it kind of fast and dirty. All right, page 115 in the Traveler book, we do have our psionic skills summary. So there's telepathy, clairvoyance, telekinesis, awareness, and teleportation. There are 5. I'm going to roll a d6. And if I roll a 6, I will re-roll. What kind of psionics does this person have? They have 5. That is awareness. So they do have suspended animation. They could have psionically enhanced strength, endurance, and regeneration. So let's say that, there was a situation where this individual used their psionically enhanced strength to lift a heavy thing off of someone who was pinned. Maybe an accident happened. Maybe there was a collision. Yeah, there was an accident, and there was an older person pinned underneath a vehicle. And this individual used their psionically enhanced strength to lift that car off and get the person free. And that freaked out the populace. So they are after this individual, even though they were doing something good. Go figure. All right, so that is going to be awareness. Time required is 60 minutes. It costs a point. Let me roll to see what is their psionic strength rating. That's going to be a 2D. So what is their psionic strength rating? I'll make some notes about that. It's going to be a 6. Psionic strength of 6. -1 per 4-year term after 18. I'm going to say this person is 18. They're a very young person, maybe even 17. I'm going to say they're 17, and they have used their psionically enhanced strength in a place where maybe they shouldn't have, and people are freaking out about it. All right, so they have a 6 strength, and it costs 1 point for the awareness. Let me take a moment to look up in the awareness. Control of one's own body. Let's see. Psionic strength points may be converted to physical strength points on a temporary basis. Character makes the commitment, reduces available psionic strength by the specific number of points, and increases his physical strength characteristic by that number. Alright. Remains at that peak for 16 minutes, and then declines at the rate of 1 strength per minute until normal strength level is reached. Okay. It's a level 4 ability. Alright, I am gonna say that they did that. I'm gonna say right now their strength would have been average, would have been 7. I'm gonna say they bumped their strength up to 10. So they actually have a 10 strength right now. And are they close to their hour? That is a good question. I don't know. That's going to be a mythic question at 50-50. So are they close to their strength fading? 67 is no, they are not. So they're going to have their strength for the entire little combat we're going to have here. So let's jump over to the combat section. So they have a club and they have daggers. Yeah, half of them have clubs, other half have daggers. Anselm has a foil. All right, so they are this far apart right now, which would be, if we're using the square grids, one square should be 1.5 meters. So they would have to be at short range to use whatever they have, and right now they are not, so that is what they'll have to do first. All right, so personal combat. So first thing is, we know sort of nobody has surprise. We know the counter range, kind of what we're looking at right now. We know that they are about that far from each other, so, relatively close. It is not short range. It is not personal combat range, put it that way, or it's not hand-to-hand melee range. But they are pretty darn close to each other at the moment. So let's see. First of all, can they evade? They can attempt to escape or avoid contact with an encounter if they've achieved surprise. Okay. So let's see. If two parties without surprise, either may attempt to escape immediately. So that is what they're going to try to do. Anselm and this individual are going to try to get out of here if they can. So roll 9 or more to escape. DM allowed based on range. -1 if close or short, +1 if medium, +2 if long, +3 if very long. All right, so they are at close range. So that is going to be a 9 or better, but they have a -1 because they are so close. So do Anselm and this individual escape from this encounter before it even begins? Let's roll and find out. So here we go. So we are rolling 9 or better. Can they escape before the fisticuffs start? That is an 8. Okay, almost. They do start backing up. They do try to turn and run. However, they realize that they're not going to be able to get away because these guys are right there on them. So yeah, they realize it's not going to be a thing where they can do. They can't get away. Can Anselm do this? So we have combat resolution. All right, let's go to the table. I'm just going to let this roll and do this in real time. You guys can see how much I flip through. So, escape from void is combat round. Individual movement status. All right, so everybody, if they're walking, they can move 17 squares. And that is what they're going to do. If I remember correctly, actions are pretty much simultaneous. You don't have rounds like you would in other role-playing games. So we've got that. Individual movement status, individual targets and attacks, attackers DMs, defenders DMs. Okay, so first thing that's going to happen, I'm going to say that Anselm does stand in front of. Let me sort of show you what I'm saying here. So here we go. I am going to say that Anselm steps kind of in front of this individual, not knowing exactly what it is. He feels like maybe he needs to protect this individual, so he does step there, and they can move 17 squares according to the book. So, yeah, they are basically just going to surround them. They are going to surround all of them with clubs and knives, like that. So this is basically what we have happening. And this person is sort of back here way... Well, no, they can get around here. They can get around there. This may go really, really bad. This may go really bad because they are surrounded by a bunch of folks. But I'm going to say that there is potentially a morale roll we can make. If they take out some of these guys... then, yeah, the rest of them will take off. Okay, so that's what we got so far. So they do move like that. They block their escape. That's why Anselm, this individual, can't get away. So, we're going to start with the attacks. Here we go. So we have the movement. Basic required throw is an 8 or more. Then it's going to be their weapons. It's going to be their modifiers and such as that. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go through and see what everybody does. Yeah. So I'm going to say all of their stats are average. They have 7s and everything, and they get no bonuses. They do have a dagger, and Anselm is wearing his armor because he's not an idiot. So he was wearing his he has mesh and cloth. Which was he wearing? I'm kind of guessing he was going to wear his mesh, which is the same for. Actually, that's pretty good for either. So yeah, he's wearing his mesh. So which is a -4 to their roll, and they have a 7 for their ability for the dexterity. So that gives them no bonus. They don't have a high enough high enough dexterity to get a bonus with a dagger. They also get no penalty, so that's good, I guess. But with a mesh armor, that does give them -4 to their roll, so they have to roll a -4 to whatever they roll. So basically, they have to roll a 12 or more. Is that kind of saying the same thing? Maybe. Anyway, let's just see. He has got. I'm going to say 3 of them are going to attack Anselm. The other 3 will attack our other hapless individual here. So let's see what we get. First attack with guy number 1. He does take a swing. That's an 11. -4 is going to be 7. So he dodges. He misses. He stabs. Anselm sort of steps to the side, drawing his foil and sort of parrying as the guy goes forward. Next, guy number 2 steps towards Anselm, and that's going to be a 9. Again, -4 is a 5. Again, a miss. They're getting each other's way. They're so close. They're almost too many of them around. And the third one, who goes after Anselm, that is going to be a 4. -4 is 0, which I don't think there's a critical failure for that. But anyway, he definitely does not hit Anselm at all. So they are dodging, they're slashing, they're swinging their clubs, but none of them are able to get him. I'm going to say they have daggers. So yeah, none of them are able to connect with Anselm unless he rolls, dodges, parries, and does all the things that he should do. And actually, I should say, since he has a... What is his dexterity? I didn't add that in. Oh dear, his dexterity is 4, though. Oh dear, oh dear. That might change things a bit. So his dexterity with a 4 gives him a -1. No. Gives him a -2. If he attacks, it gives him a -2. I don't think he gets any bonus for that. But with a dagger, they should get a +1 at close range. Okay, so I don't think any of them got that close to actually hit him. I don't think. I think all of them were far enough away. That's what we're going to say right now. The other person, do they have any kind of armor? Let's find out. We're going to roll a mythic roll for that. And again, 50-50 chance. Do they have any armor? 88, no. Doubles, not high enough, or over our chaos factor, so we don't have a random event. But yeah, that is what we have right now. After our first little bit of combat, this is what things are looking like. Not looking great for Anselm and this other individual. The other 3 now are going to go for the person that Anselm is trying to defend, and that is going to be this person we said does not have armor. So that is just going to be an 8 or better with their daggers. Yep. Yeah, nothing is no bonus at all, and they don't have a bonus for that. So, all right. So, 3 attacks coming in on this sonically enhanced individual. What do we have? That is going to be a 12. The first one does a 12. Let's see. Is that... Let me double check to see if we do have a critical for that. I don't think there is. I think we just have to subtract that from this person's stats. Yeah, 8 or greater. I don't think there's a critical, but they do stab. They do make contact. So one of them takes their dagger and slips it right in this person's ribs, unfortunately. Okay, and we're going to have to roll to see how much damage they inflict on this person. And a dagger is 2d. 2d. I'm going to assume this person also has 7s, except for their strength, which is a 10 right now. Okay, so then we're going to have to roll 2d. How much damage did they just inflict with their dagger? 7. All right, so that's going to be put randomly to one of their abilities. So I'm going to roll 1 into his strength, 3 and 4 is going to be dexterity. 5 and 6 is going to be endurance. 3, and that's their endurance, and that takes their endurance to 0, which means they are knocked out immediately with their 0. Now, since it all happens simultaneously, I think they still get to make their attack. I don't think that means that they are out of the battle right now. But that was only the first attack. So, the second attack against the psionic individual is going to miss, and the third attack with a dagger is going to miss also. So one finds right between the ribs, shink, the other one slash as this person steps back. All right, so now it's going to be Anselm and this guy to sort of respond to that. Anselm does have a foil. He has a very low dexterity, so he is going to have a bit of a penalty there. So his dexterity is below what he needs, so he has a -1. And a foil. Do these thugs have armor? That should be another mythic question. Let's find out. Again, 50-50 chance. Do the thugs have armor? Yes, of course they do. Why would they not have armor? They have armor. I'm going to say they have... what would they have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. They wouldn't have combat armor. Let's see. What kind of armor do they have? I'm going to say they have jack mesh or cloth. I'm going to say they have jack armor. Do they have jack armor? We're going to make that random. Again, 50-50 chance. Do they have jack armor? Nope, they don't. Matter of fact, it's not. In that case, it's an exceptional no. So they have the best armor against foils, which would be mesh. They also have mesh armor, which gives him a -4. So he is at -5 to attack with his foil. Ooh, let's see what happens. So really, if he rolled a 12 -5... Yeah. Let's see what's going to happen. He swings with his foil, and a 2 in total is going to miss entirely. As he does lunge with his foil, they all easily dodge. This individual is just going to like ball up his fist and punch somebody with his strength of 10. Right now, since he has a strength of 10, that does give him, with hands, gives him a +1 to hit. And then hands gives a 1d. Close range gives him another +2. So he's really got a +3 to hit right now. And I don't think having the highest strength really does any damage at the moment. At least not using Classic Traveler. So let's see. First of all, does he hit with a +3 in total, swinging his balled up fist, using his great strength? He does! Bam! Right in the mouth. Squaw in the mouth. Punches him right in his thuggy face. That's going to be 1d of damage. How much damage do we inflict here? 4 points. That is going to be on... What random characteristic do they have decreased? 5 is endurance. Their endurance goes to 3. And that is thug number... Whoop. Got stuff spread out everywhere right now. That is thug number who? Thug number who? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be thug number 6. So thug number 6, that's, I believe, does that say a 5? Did I do 5? Did I roll in? Yeah, we're going to say 5. 5, so he's down to a 2 endurance. So he's down to 2 endurance. He is not knocked out, but this person is knocked out. So from the first round of combat, we do have this person falls to the ground and they are unconscious. Now, is the group, now that they've sort of stabbed this person, are they in blood frenzy? Are they going to make sure that this person is dead? Are they going to continue to fight Anselm? Could Anselm leave and not have them pursue? I don't think so. And I don't think Anselm would do that, even though he's not a great fighter. So far, he is kind of like holding his own a little bit. Anyway, let's see. Are they going to press their advantage? Let's find out. I think that's going to have to be a mythic roll. Are they going to keep going on this individual? Let's see. I'm going to say it's actually likely. That's a 75% chance or less. Yeah, they're going to keep, make sure this person is no longer breathing. So, yes, 34 is yes. Oh, yeah, so they're going to continue to fight. So, we go to round number 2. Round number 2, as Anselm starts these people. Can Anselm now talk them down? I don't think so. I think he's going to have to at least eliminate one of their number before they're like, oh, we'll leave. All right, so it is going to be, again, are they all going to attack Anselm? That's a lot of attacks coming in on him. But he does have his minus 4. And actually, though, they have a +1 for close range, so that should be a -3 on their rolls. -3. I'm going to say, yeah, he's going to have 6 attacks coming in on him, which does not look good for Anselm. Let's see what happens. So that's 9 minus 3 means a miss. Attack number 2 is a 7. That is going to miss. Attack number 3 is a 5. That's going to miss. Attack number 4 is going to miss. Attack number 5 is also going to miss. And attack number 6 is going to miss as well. They all miss. So they are, again, they're almost in each other's way because they do have daggers and they are dodging. I should say they're lunging at Anselm. He is dodging. He is parrying with his foil. He is trying to stay out of the way. He is grabbing them and sort of pulling them to the side. He is trying to keep some distance between himself and these guys. So I can see him, like, pushing this guy who ends up over here, and this guy moves around here, and this person is sort of coming in, and these guys are sort of in their way as they're trying to get around Anselm and try to stab him with their daggers. They don't seem to be able to do that, and the few times they do make connection, they can't penetrate the mesh armor that he is wearing. I'm going to say that, they're not feeling really good about this. This dude is, even though they're not taking him out, they are not doing well against Anselm. They don't seem to be able to land a blow against him. One more round of combat, and I may get them to roll a morale roll to see if they're going to keep this going up. But it is Anselm's turn. Now, again, he does have his negative. So, again, the negative for his dexterity is the minus... Is it -2? -2. And then with the close range, he gets... also gets a -1. So, -3. I think I did that last time. And then Mesh has another -4. Ooh. Okay. So that's a -7. Yeah, I don't think there's any way he can hurt them because of his. He's just not that good. He's just not that great with it. Oh yeah, so that's gonna miss. He cannot hurt them simply because he's not skilled enough. He is not nimble enough to actually attack them. So again, it is a futile swipe. And I kind of feel like maybe he is trying to keep them away from this individual. Maybe not even trying to defend them or hurt them, trying to defend the individual and make sure these people leave them alone. That is what I'm going to say at least. All right, so that is the situation we have. Now, let's see, do these guys stay around? I'm going to say, again, since this is a pirate planet and a pirate area, we can't assume that a city watch or a security force or somebody in some sort of security profession going to show up to stop this. I feel like this is probably an occurrence that we see all the time. Knifings, fights, people bleeding out on the street. I think that's probably a common occurrence. So, nobody's going to come to their aid, but we are going to see about their morale because they haven't taken any damage, but they don't seem to be able to do anything to this guy. So let's see. Do we have a morale? Morale. Here we go. Roll for morale every combatant round. Once 25% of the party has been unconscious or been killed. So we don't have that yet. Okay. We don't have that. I have to roll a 7 or more. Let me roll. I have to roll a 10 or more. If I roll a 10 or more, then they've decided, okay, it's not worth this guy. This guy's not going to give up. He can't hurt us, but he doesn't seem to be giving up. So let's see. Do they leave? No. They're going to keep going on. Let's do another round of combat. They do attempt. This time, I'm going to say 3 of them go, or 4 of them go for Anselm. 2 of them are going to go for the unconscious psionic person. So, yeah, we do have this situation right now, and as the earthquake happens, and we do have these guys kind of break off to try to hurt the individual to make sure that they are not going to be getting up anytime soon. So here we have 4 attacks coming in on Anselm, again at a -3. So attack number 1 is going to be a miss. Attack number 2, he swings his dagger and he misses terribly as Anselm nimbly dodges to the side and parries with his foil with a slight wry smile on his face. And one more, which is also going to miss. That was only 3, right? Yeah, one more. And that also misses. So yes, they continue. They cannot damage Anselm. He is either too nimble for them, he is too good at parrying with his foil, or his mesh armor has saved his bacon multiple times. The other 2 are going to be attacking this prone person. I'm going to say they're almost going to hit. I feel like that they will not be able to miss at this. But I'm going to roll. If they roll a critical failure, 2 1s. 2 1s, right? Yeah. They roll 2 1s, then they, for whatever reason, don't do their damage for whatever reason. So the first one definitely hits, and the next one with his dagger is going to critically fail. Ooh, he critically fails. Does he hit his partner? I don't know, because I think this guy right here is thug number 6. Pretty sure that's thug number 6 who has already been damaged, so he could hit his own guy. Let's find out. That's going to be I'm going to say it's going to be a mythic roll. Again, 50-50 chance. Does he hit his individual, his partner there? And a 0 is critical, yes. Extreme, yes. It's exactly what happened. So, you can't write this stuff. This is random dice roll stuff. All right. So we do have these guys here. These guys continue to fight Anselm to no effect. But these guys are trying to off this individual here. This guy stabs our individual. I'll roll damage for that in just a minute. But this guy goes to stab, and he slips in some sort of nastiness, some sort of muck, something slimy on the street. He dodges. He stabs his pal, and because I rolled an exceptional yes, his pal is out. We have 1 down, not through Anselm's doing, but that's okay. Yeah, I think Anselm's going to get a chance to attack, and then I think that's going to be a morale roll for them, because, again, they're doing more damage to themselves than Anselm's doing to them, but they don't seem to be able to hurt Anselm, so that is going to be a morale roll. But first, Anselm does get his roll. He does have his minus, I think we said a -7 in total, right? I know I have to keep thinking of this and finding it every time, but for the foil, he gets a -2. Okay, I think I did that wrong last time. No. Wait a minute. Dexterity. Oh, foil is actually strength. So it is strength. So what is Anselm's strength? Have I made a mess of this the whole time? Let's see. I know his endurance is pretty high, but his strength is it's only a 4. All right, so his strength is, it's going to be a -1 for that, and then it's -5 because they do have jack armor, or mesh armor. Yeah, so 1 swing at one of these guys, and he 9, but -5 is only going to be a 4. So, yeah, still doesn't affect these guys. But one of them has gone down. Do they leave? I'm going to say now it's back to the 7 or more. Do they escape? Do they decide to leave? Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So, yeah. Here's what we have. We have them. They're swinging. They're trying to hit Anselm. Anselm is dodging. He's parrying. He's preventing them. One of their friends has taken out one of their own. Finally, the leader says, we'll take care of your kind later. It's not worth it. Let's get out of here, guys. And they all do withdraw and leave as they leave. Anselm does not press the advantage. He is, kind of wanting to make sure that they do leave. And they all do, without knocking down the shipping containers, they all leave, leaving their compatriot there to bleed out on the ground. Whew! Yeah, Anselm does not need to get into hand-to-hand combat. It's just not going to go well for him. It's only been through wild luck that he has not been killed. Anyway, Anselm is now going to tend to this person who has been set upon by this gang of thugs. And we shall find out what happens next time. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. That didn't go anything like I planned. As I've always said, though, kind of the beauty of doing the mythic and rolling randomly. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, bell icon, all those great YouTube things, and I will see you next time.